Here is a Spider-Man video, my most viewed video ever, except for unboxing videos, is the one I did about that comic where Spider-Man technically married Black Cat, and they are still technically married to this day. And I mentioned this issue specifically in that review, and I thought it would be a good companion piece to that video. And also, it is a good comic. This is Sensational Spider-Man 34, or Marvel Knights Spider-Man 34, or just Spider-Man 34. They changed the name of this series around a few times. It is a Civil Wars tie-in, and I said it was the last time Black Cat was written well, or it was the last time for a long period. Dan Slott, he shat all over the character for a decade, but maybe she is back to being written well nowadays. Ignore this cover though, the cover is trash, and the interior art is by a much better artist, Sam Chang. The writer is an interesting case. In comics, especially from this period and beyond, you have all these miserable, crappy writers who do not want to be writing comics. They just want comics to be a stepping stone on the path to writing for TV. But they never get to write for TV because they are miserable, crappy writers. Well, the writer for this, he's not amazing. He wrote a few decent Spider-Man stories. He had a solid run on Fantastic Force. He wrote a few stinkers. But his good work, like this issue here, it overshadows the bad stuff. Well, this guy, he doesn't write comics anymore. He got a job writing for TV because he was not a miserable, crappy writer. Mind you, he doesn't write for what anyone would describe as great TV. This issue, obviously, focuses all on Black Cat, Felicity, who looks stunning there, and it explores her relationship with Spider-Man and their relationship and their friendship within the context of Spider-Man being married to Mary James. This is just before, I think at most 3 or 4 issues before, the story where Spider-Man sells his marriage to his best friend, Satan. And you know what? Here's the thing. Abandoning Spider-Man's marriage is a terrible idea. And I didn't have anything new to really bring to the table on that topic that hasn't already been said before. But if you are going to opt out of Spider-Man and Mary James being married, you know what might at least lessen the blow or make some people feel a bit less jilted? If Spider-Man got with Felicity instead. People like Felicity, people like her and Spider-Man together. But getting rid of the marriage was never about Spider-Man or Spider-Man's character. It was just about 50-year-old men insisting on the dead girlfriend being Spider-Man's one true parent because they didn't like Mary James for being too pretty. And also them trying to fix Spider-Man and all his problems by creating a new character based on their own daughter for Spider-Man to date instead. Here we are seeing Black Cat help out Spider-Man and Mary James and Aunt Tomei, and this is during Civil Wars. And one of the ongoing themes is Felicity. She is asking herself why she is doing this for Spider-Man. She is in good standing with the law. She has registered with the government, but she is helping out a fugitive and his family when she stands to gain nothing from it. She knows that Spider-Man, he isn't going to turn around and dump Mary James to be with her, but she is still helping them out at risk to herself. What's happened is Spider-Man, he unmasked to the public, and now all his enemies know his secret identity, so they have come gunning for him. And Spider-Man has been very badly beaten up, very badly hurt by Rhino Man. And now Felicity is trying to settle the score and get even for what Rhino Man did to Spider-Man. Black Cat, she is a good character. She is doing all this because Spider-Man cares for her and she cares for him. It doesn't matter if they are shagging or not. They mean a lot to one and other. Speaking to the strength of the character is how even when Spider-Man had been married for 20 years, she remained a true friend and even became one of Mary James's close friends. She is a proper character. She had character growth, she had character development, and she is just a nice person. That is something the Spider-Man books used to be filled with. Nice people being nice. Then Dan Slott came along and made it all about a loud, whiny man-child and his own miserable self-insert Spider-Man with a bunch of bland, manic pixie dream women with little personality who we are just told are amazing and ideal, while Mary James and Black Cat, they are shown consistently to be nymphomaniacs and petty manipulative witches because Dan Slott has issues with women. And can we take a time out to also remember Dan Slott, he had a story where he had his pathetic insert character beat the shit out of Felicity. Dan Slott, he makes me skin crawl so much. And it really was him who single-handedly demolished Black Cat's character. He made her into a slutty, scheming criminal mastermind. And that is like, Black Cat was never much of a bad guy to begin with. She was not ever evil. She was just a criminal. She was misguided and she made bad decisions. And she can be misguided and make bad decisions again if you want. But he went all in and made her like an actual fucking crime boss who is okay with killing people to get what she wants, or just betraying everything every other writer had contributed to building up this lovely, dense character. As usual, I'm not talking too much about this issue because I have a point to make, but this is a really great issue. If you like Felicity, if you like Black Cat, or you want to see how great this character was before Dan Slott, this is the issue for you. We are also having some backstory stuff, kind of an overview of her history and her history with Spider-Man and their complicated relationship. Recaps of some great stories from the 80s by Roy Sternman and Bill Bungalow and David Peter. Shower scene with Felicity, why not? Also, you know when they did the Clone Saga, I have no idea how nobody cottoned onto the obvious potential to have a Spider-Man who is with Mary James and then another Spider-Man who is with Black Cat. Perfect solution. And our Dan Slott, he fucked up Ben Reilly's character just as badly. Maybe Felicity and Ben Reilly, they can meet at a support group for characters wrecked by Dan Slott, and the rest can be history with them being nice to each other. And our denouement here is Felicity fighting Rhino Man, or rather Felicity talking down Rhino Man. If you watch more than one of my videos, you will know I bloody love it when heroes talk things through with villains like this. This is a perfect issue for Felicity fans. There is even a throwaway reference / flashback to when she beat up Saberclaw. Might be my next Black Cat based review if they turn out to be consistently popular with viewers. This was a David Peter issue. She has a cool leather jacket in it, but an awful costume underneath it. Really, this is a wonderful issue. If you like Black Cat, if I did a list of the top 10 Black Cat stories, which I will never do because I didn't really believe in lists like that, but this would be top 5 easy. This one does have, it has always had a tinge of sadness to it, as it was the last time she was written as a fully rounded human person, female, and everything that came after this was her as a harpy who bathes in milk. Let's just end on another gorgeous picture of Felicity because she is the best. This is a good issue, and there were a few good stories in this run. I actually got another one out to review in a few days' time when I got this one out. That one, unfortunately, it has the same artist who does this cover, D in the Insides, which is why I have held back in this video. I have restrained from getting into why this art on the cover here is proper crap. Get Sam Chang to do the cover. He is fantastic. Get him to do this same cover image, this exact composition and layout, and it would be fantastic. Felicity, she is fantastic too, and I haven't even mentioned her enormous cleavage, because she is so much more than a pair of tits bursting out of latex. With that image in mind, 7 thumbs up.